We're only just a third of the way through our championship season and we only need another 17 points to hit the 50-point safety mark. I think it's fairly safe to say we're going to hit our minimum expectations this year. And we've also unearthed an absolute gem of a young striker. Hello and welcome to Season 12, Part 4 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode, we're away against Barnsley and at home against Coventry in the Championship. We are right smack in the middle, I hope we're only in the middle of, not at the end of, a 5-game unbeaten run, 4 straight wins, and it's all thanks to the youngster who, there were questions asked when we made him captain, but goodness me, Arrhenius, still don't know how to say his name, let me know down in the comments. Arrhenius Janicki, 18-year-old Polish under-21 international with only 1 cap. This lad will play at a World Cup. He will play in a Champions League final. He is just excellent. He's now played 10 games, got 8 goals, 2 assists, 2 player of the match, 7.33. He's captained us for most of those games, certainly until Corey Jordan reappeared. He's just excellent. I mean, look at these goals that he's scoring. Just goals from Janicki. Goals. He's my new hero. So, league table-wise, with that excellent run of form that we've been on, 16 games in, we're now 3 points clear of Hull. So we're up in second place in one of the automatic promotion spots. Only 1 point behind Rotherham. It's mad. It's been a mad start to the season. I'm trying to be realistic and acknowledge that it's not going to continue. We're not going to get promoted this season. I have to keep telling myself we're not going to get promoted, because if I start thinking we're going to get promoted, I'll go mad. So it's all about survival. We're aiming for 50 points. We're going to do this Leicester style. Last season Leicester, not this season Leicester. And we're not going to stop talking about survival until we hit 50 points. And then when we hit 50 points, we'll set a mid-table target of 60, 65 points, whatever it might be. And we're just going to take it in baby steps and see how we end up. So this is the team for the first of today's 2 games away against Barnsley. We've got Kabashi in goal. A back 4 of Smith, Bazan, Jordan and Davidson, with Fisher, Smith and Mantum in midfield. Hartley in behind Dixon and Janicki. They're both low knees. They've got 14 goals between them already this season. Poor old Martel Taylor-Crossdale has just been a complete flop at Plymouth. We're paying him too much money. We probably need to be moving him on. I said at 27 when we signed him, what a great age. He's just hitting his peak. I suspect he might have passed his peak. If we look at his performances last time he was in the Championship, he was scoring goals. He wasn't as good as he was in League One, but he was scoring goals. He's had a few good years back down in League One again, scoring lots of goals, but 8 games, no goals, 1 assist, the worst average rating of his career. I don't know. I don't see how we get him in the team for a run of games when we've got Janicki and Dixon and Hull started scoring goals. Parkinson, he's got 6 goals from 4 starts. How do we get Taylor-Crossdale into this team? It's a nice problem to have. Cliche bingo. Right, let's submit our team, get into this game, and hopefully keep this excellent run of form that we've been in going. While that loads up as well, I'm interested to see if this Incredible Hulk t-shirt that I'm wearing goes invisible on the background. So, there you go, future Kev. This is one for you in the edit. How are you going to deal with the fact that there's an invisible patch on my shirt doing the same thing as my own arms? Probably shows up fine now because it's a different shade of green. But, you know, I'm full on superhero mode today. I've got my Incredible Hulk t-shirt on. Got my Spider-Man mug with a delicious cup of coffee. I assume this is Spider-Man and it's not my red-green colour, but this might be invisible as well. Who knows? Delicious. Right, how are we? I've missed the first 10 minutes because I was drinking my coffee. Right, Mantum. Janicki's picked up a knock. How, when, why did that happen? He's already been injured twice this season. Perhaps he won't be a Champions League superstar if he keeps getting knocks. I remember a young superstar foreign striker we discovered last year's Non-League to Legend who ended up getting injured a lot. We sold him for a lot of money, but then we didn't have him on loan. It's difficult to sell a loanee. Hartley and Janicki both injured now. So Janicki's got a thigh injury. Hartley's got a knee injury. We're only 20 minutes into the game. Smith's just scored a screamer, although I suspect massively helped out by quite a large deflection. But still, we'll call it a screamer. Let's have a look at this free kick from Joey Smith in 3D. If it ever... Why is my computer being so slow today? What's happening here? Right, Smith over the free kick, whacks it. It comes, that's about as big a deflection as you can get. It was going straight at the keeper until that happened. But it still goes down as a Smith goal. We're 1-0 up. That doesn't put us top of the league because Rotherham must be winning as well. But it does start to open up a little bit of a gap between us and the playoff positions. But we're really worried about this gap between us and the relegation spots. So Villa are on 16 points. We're on 36 points. We're currently 20 points clear of the relegation zone. That's a nice gap to have at this stage of the season. Lee Hartley's got to come off. Yannicki's probably not going to be far behind him. I haven't got Shorthouse on the bench. Shall we? Oh, Troy cannot do that at all. What did we sign him for? Hull can come on and play. But we're going to need Hull probably to go up front. Traore might end up playing Traore's a winger. We should never have signed him. He's just got loads of potential. We signed a couple of wingers this summer for potential, just to give us a little bit of flexibility in the squad in case this tactic didn't work in the Championship. It's not come up yet, though. Dixon's just made it 2-0. A typical powerful finish from Dixon. Actually, no, he's side-footed that in. No typicality there at all. I didn't realise Tom Dixon had a side of his foot. I thought it was all laces and whacking. Right, should we take Yannicki off at half-time? I don't like having 2 substitutions made by half-time, but he's been such an important player on this run. Can we work on the assumption this game's now wrapped up? We need him for future games. Let's not injure him any more than he already is. If they score here, we're certainly not going to do that. Kabashi makes a save, though. Where are Barnsley in the league? Mid-table-ish. Mantum clears. That must be half-time now. We'll have a little look at Yannicki at half-time. I think he's probably going to come off because I'm worried about breaking him. He's been so important. Mind you, his conditioning is increasing as the game goes on. We'll give him another 15 minutes and then review things again. So he's on 83% conditioning at the moment. If that hasn't dropped, it was down to sort of 60-something when he first got injured. So he seems to be recovering from whatever's wrong with him. So we'll keep him on for a little bit. Dixon loses the ball. That was a little bit sloppy, and we're struggling to get our foot on the ball in midfield. Yannicki's rating is starting to drop again now, down to 70-something when we last looked at it. Hull's got the ball. He's made it 3-0. Oh, hold on. Was that goal disallowed for Dixon being offside? It has been disallowed. Yannicki was coming straight off there if we went 3-0 up. We'll give him another 5 minutes. 3-0, I'm comfortable. 2-0, I'm still a little bit afraid, but we will take him off now. Joe Parkinson can come on. He's been looking for game time. He rightly feels a little bit hard done by the goal return he's given us this season, and he's just not getting a chance in the team, so he can play the last 20 minutes and hopefully add to his very impressive goal tally. Dixon loses the ball in a sloppy manner again. Dixon needs to stop just running into defenders and letting them take the ball off of him, because it's left us with some defending to do here. And you know me, I don't like having to defend. It's rubbish. Why is Yannicki still on the pitch? Right, he's gone now. That's fine. 10 minutes left. Let's make our final substitution. Hull has been rubbish, but we're not going to take him off. We'll take off Sean Fisher. See, why have we got 2 left wingers? I know you all tell me that I should pick my own bench. Here's a perfect example of why. And you're all just going to call me an idiot anyway. There's no excuses for it. But Rory Mason, Papa Traore, they're both left wingers. They're the only midfielders we've got on the bench. And we can't bring either of them on in this system. And even if we wanted to bring them both on, they both play in the same position. It's just stupid. I don't think you've met your Ado Taiwa yet. He's played a couple of games for us with the injuries that we've had at right back. So he can have a little bit more game time. He's another one of these youngsters who came in over the summer. 5-star potential. And fingers crossed he fulfills that here at Plymouth. By the way, we've had our youth training facilities upgraded. Joe Smith's getting sent off with 10 minutes to go. We actually spent some money on that over the summer, and I completely forgot to tell you, and it's just completed in the last few days. So we now have a better opportunity to get youngsters into the team as well, which is nice. I'm bedding in for a long run here at Plymouth, you can tell. Right, Hull just isn't going to be able to play in midfield. I think what we're going to do is we are actually going to use some width now and do this. Tom Dixon is going to be a target man on support, and we'll do that. Mantum can be a deep line playmaker. It's not ideal, but no one else can drop back into that midfield. And the two young wingers sat on the bench are now wondering what on earth is going on. Hang on, what's happening here? Match has diverged. What? I don't know if you lot saw that error that just appeared, or if the game's completely crashed or what. I just had a really weird little error message pop up on the screen. If you did see it, let me know what it said. We're going down to 9 men again, and Mark Smith's one of the players getting sent off again. For goodness sake. Right, let's see if I learned anything from the last time this happened. We all said don't do 3 at the back, didn't we? So let's not do that. We'll bring Fisher back there. And leave those 2. I mean, there's a lot of players out of position now, but we've only got 3 minutes to defend this 2-goal lead. Right. If we manage to throw this away again, I'm not going to be happy. And I am still intrigued about what that error message was. I don't like it when we get crashes happen. I hope you saw it, but I don't know how Bandicam works with capturing the footage, or whether Bandicam's even still running. It's perhaps just me talking to camera at this point, because Bandicam glitched out and it's now not working. Who knows? It looks like it's still recording, but it might well not be. I cannot believe we're down to 9 men again. But let me know. Did I cope with it? I know we've done it for 3 minutes rather than half the game. I think this tactic, we wouldn't have had a 6-6 draw if we'd have gone to this when we went down to 9 men last time. Probably. Go on, let's go and get a third down to 9 men. 'Cause we only need 9 men. We're top of the league at the moment. I feel like, I don't know if I've noticed that already. Rotherham must be messing up. I'm all flustered by that error message, and we've kept a clean sheet with 9 men on the pitch. Proof we can do it, and we are top of the championship after 17 games. Let's go and play the second match. Tell you what, this rivalry with Cristiano Ronaldo is getting silly now, because he's just left Blackburn, he's left them top of League One. So here you go, Blackburn, when he left, if we look at the League One table, clear at the top of League One, 6 points clear at 3rd place, almost guaranteed that he's going to steer them to promotion this season. But he's left them to take over at Sheffield Wednesday, who are 4 points adrift of safety at the bottom of the Championship. He's that desperate to have me beat him again this season. That league table with us top and him bottom, it's very satisfying. Anyway, we have a match to play today, which is, I forget who we're playing. Why is it saying no fixture scheduled? We're playing a fixture now. We would just pick the team. There you go. Coventry is who we're playing. We've had to make a couple of changes because of injuries again. If we just scroll down and look, Addo Tywer's now out for a month. Lee Hartley's now out for a month. Mark Smith's suspended. Joey Smith's suspended. Yanicki's out for a month or so as well. So quite a few changes have been forced upon us. Collins comes in at left back. Cato comes into midfield. McBride comes in behind the strikers. And Hull joins Dixon up front. It does mean returns to the bench for some of the heroes of previous seasons and previous clubs. So Shorthouse and Taylor Crossdale have made their returns to the bench. But we are getting a little bit thin on the ground for backup. I now understand why we're having to play wingers on the bench, because we don't have any midfielders left. They're all either injured or suspended or out on loan somewhere. So we might need to strengthen in the transfer window in a month's time if we continue with this injury crisis we seem to be in at the moment. Right, we're strong favourites for this game against Coventry. So fingers crossed we don't mess it all up. They're only mid-table. That's a good indication of how well our start to the season has been, that we're 6-1 on to beat Coventry when they're a mid-table championship team. How things have changed in the last year. But we're 20 minutes into this game and nobody has had a shot yet. Everyone has a shot, typical, just to prove me wrong. But we're struggling to get possession in this game, and we are slowly drifting away from full strength team and full strength with a little bit rotation teams to get into the point where I'm not really happy with some of these players being in the team. Leon Collins, he wasn't signed to be playing regularly. Hull, I'm not that confident about, but he is in a decent run of form at the moment. McBride, I'm not sure if he's a championship player, but I have similar doubts about Keith Shorthouse at this level. It's we've gone from being very, very strong looking to giving away penalties like that. Davidson gives away the penalty. Coventry have the chance to go 1-0 up just before half time, and that will make me sad, because I think that'll put Rotherham back top of the league again, at least temporarily. I think we play Rotherham next week. That would have been a good match to show you. Oops. But then if I'd have shown you Rotherham, you wouldn't have seen us go down to 9 men and me fix it again. So swings and roundabouts, you got to see that I can learn from my mistakes. So that's probably better than seeing a top of the table match. You'll all tell me it wasn't. That was the worst attempt at saving a penalty I've seen since Eggs. That was ridiculous. And yeah, Rotherham are now top of the league again, which adds spice to our encounter next weekend. We've got a lot of yellow cards again. We might have to... I don't want to change the tactic drastically because it's a winning tactic, obviously. But it does pick up an awful lot of yellow cards. And we haven't got hard tackling or anything like that turned on. But goodness me, do we pick up a lot of bookings. And it's in the same positions. It's fullbacks and that position Cato's in now. And I did not like seeing Adam Cato on a yellow card chasing back towards the last man. I mean, that was just terrifying. But the fullbacks and the defensive midfield player constantly get booked. They pick up red cards as well. Perhaps we need to have the... But if we tell them to go easy in the tackle, is it just completely negating what they're in the team to do? Particularly that central midfield position. Now Davidson's getting himself sent off, for goodness sake. Can we not just have a live com match where we don't get a red card? Players don't get sent off this often when you lot aren't here. I think they play up for the camera. We're running out of right backs now. Steve Hawksworth Stoddart is a young centre-back who can play at right back. Came in on a free transfer from Man United in the summer. He's going to have to come on and play right back because he's the only other right-footed defender left at the club. I don't know who to take off for him though. Cato is the obvious one, I guess. He's on a yellow card. He looked slow as anything. Chasing back before. And we can sort of shift the midfield around like that. I don't really want to. They're going to score from this free kick and we're going to have another one of these weird episodes where we look brilliant and then we look terrible. 3 red cards in a video again. That's the awful thing is it's not the first time that's happened. Joe Parkinson comes on to try and create something. We're going to bring Taylor Crossdale or Shorthouse on in a minute. I don't know which one is better to give an opportunity to. Let's get Taylor Crossdale on. And Joe yeah, you are Joe Parkinson. What can you be if you don't want to be a defensive forward? Nothing really. Right, just go for it, lads. You've got 10 minutes ish to try and get back into this game. A draw will be fine. A draw puts us back top of the league again. The bookies aren't going to be happy after us. I don't know. Are the bookies happy? Does that mean no one bet on him if the odds were like that? Taylor Crossdale is in acres of space. Cross the ball to him. He does. McBride puts it onto the toe of Taylor Crossdale. Taylor Crossdale finally gets a goal for us. And we actually looked quite effective there. McBride, brilliant piece of skill to create a bit of space to put in a cross from a much better position from where I wanted him to lump it in from. Taylor Crossdale slips between 2 markers. Finally makes a contribution to this football club. Gets us back into the game. Puts us back top of the league. And hopefully that's the start of something awesome for Martel Taylor Crossdale at Plymouth Argyle. Oh, we're ending an episode top of the league and now we go away to the team in second place. This is getting a little bit exciting now. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.